That guys. I thought I had my microphone on. I did not. My bad. Welcome to the second to last panel to Virtual HorrorCon. My name is Nick Francia. You can find me at Nobleman Nick. And I guess this is like the last panel because the panel right after this is closing ceremonies, and that doesn't count as a panel. What BS is that? Preposterous. But I'm the event and not event. God dang it, production and marketing manager at Gehenna Gaming. Sorry, it's been a long weekend. And it's been quite a ride that we've been on, to be honest. It's the third year in a row we've been doing this. It's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of enjoyment we get after one another here. And it's sort of sad to see it all go. Which is, sorry, which is very interesting, right? Like, it is sort of sad. Kind of in that weird way, like, convention drop, all that nice. But without further ado, one of these things that Virtual HorrorCon would not be a possibility without our sponsor. And I just want to give a big round of applause to our sponsors, all the amazing people that joined us on this journey. Special thanks to Alchemy RPG, By Night Studios, Drive-Thru RPG, and Onyx Path Publishing for making Virtual HorrorCon a reality. And so, as I sip this milkshake, enjoy and relax, and talk a bit about our sponsors and say, you know, where do you go find them and why you should be supporting them like they supported us. All the while to funky music. Okay, but seriously, it's time for me to stand on the soapbox and tell you why you need to support these people. First things first, we're going to start with Onyx Path Publishing. Onyx Path Publishing is one of those companies that has really become a staple in what it means to be TTRPG. The mod, like, you know, whether you like Chronicles of Darkness or not, World of Darkness would not be the way it was without Onyx Path Publishing. They are a TTRPG publishing company. And while most people might know them from the Chronicles of Darkness, that is just a minute, small detail of their portfolio, which includes games, such amazing games such as Scarred Lands, Scions, that came from Beneath the Sea, that came from Beyond the Grade, Legend Lore, Trinity Continuum, World of Darkness, obviously, Exalted, Chronicles of Darkness, and more, Pugmire, and just a lot of fun. And their games all use their original story path system, which is kind of a modified version of the storyteller system, but I actually really enjoy story path a lot. And their games are ones that explore unique concepts that I really think are not out as, you know, can't find a lot of copies of. Legend Lore is a 5e compatible system that's all about isekaiing yourself into the lands of Dungeons and Dragons, which I think is just amazing. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of enjoyment. We have games such as like Scion, which is where we explore what it means to be God, what it means to become a hero, and eventually ascend into godhood. Exalted, which is like a martial arts Eastern inspired warriors of light who are born into cycles of reincarnation to fight evils in various bits, whether you're the solar, the lunar, stuff such as Trinity Continuum, which is a war across ages of time, and each book focuses on a different era and period, so you literally could have yourself at every different period, every game, and just a magnitude of systems out there. And talking about the recent releases, they just released a couple months back Trinity Assassins, which is an amazing fun game. I had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of enjoyment with it, playing it. I was playing on Devil's Luck myself. I believe Scion Demigod as well. It's either been released or is getting released. I think they were talking about it in their roundup. They just released Dead Man's Rust, which is a awesome supplement book for Scarred Lands. And they just announced Trinity Aether, which is a Victorian London magic Martian setting for Trinity Continuum. There's always tasty bits of Scion here and there. And of course, Chronicles of Darkness. No one knows of Changeling Lost. Everyone's heard of Hunter the Vigil. Everyone's, you know, different flavors for different people, and they really were. They in the early 2000s, the late 2000s, Onyx Path and Chronicles of Darkness, that was what it meant to be like a goth gamer, and that was the alternative to your D&D. So give it up for Onyx Path Publishing for carrying on the mantle of White Wolf, and just being an amazing company, expanding it, and not showing that they're not just the horror TTRPG company. They're something much more. They are a universal company that is able to design so much amazing things. And man, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at my books right now. I'm looking at my Deviant the Renegades. I'm looking from They Came From Beyond the Grave. Some exciting stuff. Check out Onyx Path Publishing, which you can find at theonyxpath.com for all their news, all their PDFs and physical copies you can buy straight through. Our next sponsor, DriveThruRPG. All right. DriveThruRPG. I don't even feel like I should be I need to talk. Everyone knows DriveThruRPG is. It's the largest RPG download store. If there's a game, if there's a PDF, if there's a cool rulebook you need printed on demand, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be on DriveThruRPG. They have everything, and not only that, not only from a sales point side, they're great to go and shop from, and it's your kind of one shop stop. From a publisher side, they're amazing as well. They offer flexible, great ways for indie publishers to get started in order to mass produce and sell their books on another level. And the process for signing up has been super easy. The process for getting your funds in now have been super easy. The process of just getting your books up and listing, something that seems so intimidating through going through a publishing company, DriveThruRPG has essentially automated and streamlined it to make this great center for new people starting out, that they can put their stuff on DriveThruRPG. And in reality, you can buy all your fun stuff on DriveThruRPG, so go ahead. Go there now. Check off all the stuff. They're always having sales. They're having a Stranger Game sales, which is kind of related to Stranger Things, where you can get stuff like Monster of the Week, Kids on Bikes, 2 amazing systems, Tales from the Loop, Movie Night. And what I really love about DriveThruRPG is that any game, not just the popular, more mainstream ones, can be on your bestseller list, or can reach a top seller and kind of reach the pinnacle of that website. Right now, the top best-selling title is BattleTech. That's wild. If I go down the list, I can't see an official. I don't see any the first 5e thing I see is at number 10. So that's wild that you're able to see that spread of RPGs, of books, of everything else related. It's just a great way to settle into things. Man, I have just yeah, that's crazy, right? That's so wild. I love it. I love DriveThruRPG. The people there are awesome. People there are nice. It's where I buy all my Chaosium stuff. It's where I buy all my Onyx Path stuff, and that's a lot of my White Wolf stuff too. And I can buy Wizard of the Coast stuff, Modifius, Cubicle 7, Free League. Free League's one of my favorite companies, and the fact that I can easily go on there and buy all their stuff right there, it's great. Okay, that being said, I feel like I've exhausted all the much I could talk about DriveThruRPG. Now, let's talk about our next company, By Night Studios. Talk about a company that you definitely have been influenced by, but might not even, you might not even recognize their names, although they are pretty much a universal brand by this point. Now, By Night Studios is a LARP company based out of Florida. It's also the official licensed publisher for Mind's Eye Theater products for White Wolf's World of Darkness. If you are LARPing in the World of Darkness, and you're doing it the most modern, up-to-date way, you are using By Night Studios books. Whether it be vampire, whether it be werewolf, whether it be changeling, they have kind of revolutionized and streamlined the way that we LARP and facilitated amazing experiences. Now, their big thing is vampire, and they have a lot of awesome products come up. They, about a year or two back, they released the season 2 of the Vampire the Masquerade's Mind's Eye Theater LARP, which was amazing. War of Ages, their new Nordic LARP system and setting book, is coming out fairly soon. And not only that, one of the great sections that I love about that is that they actually have a the word. Oh, they have a section on role-playing online communities. So if you wanted to start an online LARP, like a play by post or a LARP by post, I should say, they have that options here. Stuff that you can do in the face of the pandemic, and you know, maybe you're not in an area we can easily get to LARPs. That being said, if you like LARPs and you want to indulge in a little bit of a fun event that is going to be spectacular, you can buy tickets for Saturnalia. What is Saturnalia, you might ask? Saturnalia is the premier LARP event for Vampire the Masquerade, taking place in New Orleans, Louisiana, the birthplace of American vampires itself, on November 12th, 2022, is going to be this epic Nordic LARP, the lengths of no one has ever seen. You have special guests, you have specialized stories now. Not only can you just buy a ticket and, you know, kind of settle and enjoy yourself, but there's plenty of other optional features that you can do for Saturnalia. Say you want add-on quests, boom, you can do that. Say you want to take a ride on their special LARP on a boat, you can do that. Say you want professional makeup done, you can add that and they'll help you with that. Secret locations, they can do that. Meet the team, they can do that. Want to buy a, you know, maybe you don't want to be a vampire, maybe you want to be a hunter, you know, a hunter group, they can do that. Do you want your character to have a specific and important entrance into the LARP itself? You can do that, being hunted by the Inquisition itself. It's so many like plot threads you can follow. Such an amazing experience. And in terms of big budget LARPs out there, Saturnalia is showing itself to be the one in the league, the king, as it were, in the castle. But you know, don't take my word from it. Go ahead, take a look at some of the books. They're having, and if you know, if not that, we have they have special holiday ornaments, the famous clan and sect pins that everyone knows and loves, and they're actually having a Christmas in July sale right now for all the ornaments, 60% off. What more are you waiting for? Come on. All right. So I've talked about our last three people. Now it's time to talk about the one I was most excited for, because I just like this milkshake's so good, man. That I just found out about at PAX East. It's this new awesome virtual tabletop program called Alchemy. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, virtual tabletops, we have plenty of those, but you've never seen something like Alchemy before. Designed for ease, for style, and most importantly, for streaming. Like, I'm telling you, it looks beautiful. Not only do you have an experience that is just like, okay, here's a virtual tabletop, but the ability to drop art to define what your style looks like, for having notes, especially built in for an ease. For the UX design on Alchemy is amazing. The ease of use and accessibility by new players and creators is amazing. The tools that it gives you to create your own homebrew content and to populate your world is amazing as well. And if you kind of sell it, it's a free program, so you can go use it and sign up for it right now. That being said, I highly recommend the Alchemy Founders Box, which is going to give you access to their brand new system, or brand new setting, I should say, a special Founders title for the Alchemy, letting you know that you were one of the top people in there. A limited edition box set and a mountain of rewards of early game products that you can plug into Alchemy today. Now, I'm a streamer. I like to stream. I have a lot of fun streaming. But making overlays sometimes is annoying, especially for games that use battle maps. Well, maybe you're not like me and you have maybe you don't have access to a $50 program that's Photoshop at all times. Maybe you don't have the technical know-how to make an overlay. That's great. Alchemy's got you covered. You can stream without the need of additional software or overlays, and Alchemy basically handle every bit of production for you. And it looks beautiful. So yeah, check out alchemyrpg.com. Try it out. It's free. And like, say you're streaming on Alchemy, you can just you can actually watch other streamers for it. So it's not even just that's the thing. It's not just a virtual tabletop. It is a streaming program. It is a campaign database. It is an organizer. It is everything you've ever wanted for your TTRPGs, rolled into one amazing package. And thank them so much for being one of our sponsors. Check out Alchemy RPG. And yeah, those are our 4 sponsors. Give it up again for Onyx Path Publishing, Drive Through RPG, Finite Studios, and Alchemy RPG. Now, you know, Twitter and social media is a huge thing. Where can you follow these people? Well, I can tell you that right now. So starting from the bottom again, or where we started, if you want to check out Onyx Path, you can find them at the Onyx Path or theonyxpath.com. If you want to follow Drive Through RPG, you can go drive through THRURPG.com, or you can follow them at Drive Through RPG. They also have some other side Twitters for like certain space stuff. Finite Studios. You want to follow Finite Studios? Oh, I have a little surprise. You just gotta go to at Finite Studios. Isn't this easy? And Alchemy RPG. I wonder what you need to follow to go to Alchemy RPG. But at Alchemy RPG. And if you like Gen Con, Alchemy RPG is going to be at Gen Con. Finite Studios is going to be at Gen Con. Drive Through RPG is going to be at Gen Con. Well, their stuff will. Onyx Path Publishing is going to be at Gen Con. So you can see all these amazing sponsors and tell them that VHC is actually here. Now, done a lot of stuff this last week. I've had a lot of fun. I said my piece. And it's time to consider what Virtual HorrorCon is all about. Virtual HorrorCon was started as a solution to a problem that the pandemic had done to us. In the midst of chaos and the initial shutting down of the country, we found ourselves being tossed to in quarantine to our rooms, unable to interact with people. What we really liked about virtual, what we needed, and all the cancellations of our conventions, of our events and concerts, we needed a common cause, a common thing that could tie us all together and make us feel like a community again. And so that's why we salute Virtual HorrorCon for being one of the first digital online conventions. The fact that we got it done in 3 weeks because we knew it was that damn important to people, and the fact that we were able to bring it all together and raise money for charity and, you know, play a lot of awesome actual plays, run panels, and do everything across multiple channels. And I just want to say a special thank you to the production staff, who, including myself, who busted our ass this weekend, especially Ian. To all the people that support us, to all the players that woke up for early games or games that took time to the schedules just to be here, to our sponsors for letting us continue this, because it's, you know, it's a while. It takes a lot to run a convention. And I'm sure that's something that everyone should understand, but some people don't. So Virtual HorrorCon for all of us, it's kind of hard when people are like, well, what does it mean to you? It's really about a celebration of community, a community that has endured. And yes, we may, knock on wood, we may be getting to the end of this pandemic finally. We can finally kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. But we should always remember the solace we had in our darkest of times. That's what Virtual HorrorCon means. And really, I don't think there's really much else to say. Our sponsors are amazing. Go check them out. Gehenna Gaming, Caring Comfort Students, they're amazing. Go check them out. Just enjoy each other's company, play games, and the spirit of Virtual HorrorCon. It's between charity and enjoyment and community. It's not something that has to happen once a, it doesn't have to be confined to once a year. we can continue further the message of Virtual HorrorCon. And my reminder to all of you is to just be good people. Just be excellent to one another. That's what VHC is all about. And you know what? That's what the TTRPG industry is all about. And I know I'm just ranting to myself, to maybe one other person right now, but that one person that's watching, I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for tuning into the panels. I appreciate you for hitting that follow and that like and subscribe. I appreciate you for ever speaking our name in a conversation with someone else. Yeah, that's Virtual HorrorCon. Closing ceremonies are coming through, and I wanted to take this time just to kind of say my thoughts, because I don't really like to like streamline my thoughts and unfilter them with company. But sitting in front of the camera and doing so in this setting is a little more natural for me. So, thank you to all. Like I said, check out Alchemy RPG if you want an awesome virtual tabletop experience, as well as a campaign organizer and streaming software. Finite Studios for the official Vampire the Masquerade Mind's Eye Theater LARP, as well as check out their huge event in November, Saturnalia, which is going to be spectacular. Drive Through RPG, not as just even a customer where you can go to the largest RPG download store ever, but as a publisher, if you want to get your foot in the door, Drive Through RPG has the tools for you, and it's fairly easy to get started. I've used it, and I'm a one-man show. And then Onyx Path Publishing for just producing a variety of awesome systems, and for being a constant in the TTRPG industry for the last 10 to 15 years, and for making some of my favorite games. Yeah, Age of the Awakening, I'm looking at you. Alright, that's the end of this panel. It's a short one. I really can't even consider like more what I can say at this point. They're all awesome. Closing ceremonies at 11. Let's celebrate and let's have a good hell of a time. Good night, everyone. You're amazing.